Good morning, students. Welcome to Sri Shankaracharya Vidyalaya, the online teaching video. Hope you are all well, in high spirits, and in pink of your health. Today, we are going to study a new chapter from Geography, Social Studies, the story of village Palampur. Palampur is a imaginary village. Will take us through the different types of production activities in the village. To come across India farming in the main production activity, we will read gradually in step by step what this whole lesson contains. This is the first page of your chapter. Now we are coming up with the overview and introduction, that is, farming is the main activity in Palampur, whereas several other activities such as small scale manufacturing, dairy, transport, etc. are carried out on a limited scale. This is an hypothetical village. I just now called it as an imaginary village. To introduce some basic concept relating to the production is our main motto. This production activities needs various types of resources. For example, the natural resource, man-made items, human efforts, money, etc. So, all through the story of Palampur, we will learn how various resources combine to produce the desired goods and services in the village. Now, Palampur is very well connected with the neighboring villages and towns. Raiganj, a big village, is 3 kilometers from Palampur. See, here is the structure of the story of Palampur. What we are going to read is given in a full figured structure. The factors of production, the subdivisions, that is the land, labor, like this, physical capital, the human capital, then fixed capitals, the farming activities, the capital requirements, that is the save money, borrow money, then the small farmers, about the large and medium farmers, the land distribution system among the small, medium and the large farmers, the non-farming activities. Apart from agriculture, what are the non-farming activities they perform? The people of village Palampur, they perform, that is to be studied. So, it is just now I said well connected with neighboring villages and towns. Raiganj is a big village, is 3 kilometers from Palampur, and Raiganj and farther on the nearest town of Shahpur. Many kinds of transport are visible on this route, starting from bullock carts, tongas, bogies, wooden carts drawn by buffaloes, loaded with the jajari and the gur, what you say gur, and other commodities, to motor and another commodities like the motor vehicles like motorcycles, jeep, tractors and trucks. So this village has a number of 450 families and with belong to different caste. The 80 upper caste families have owned majority of the land in the village. Their houses, some of them are quite large, made up of the brick and cement plastering, which shows that they are quite large houses. And the SCs, that is the Dalits, they comprise 1/3 of the population and live in one corner of the village and in a small, much smaller houses, some of which are of mud and straw. Usually if you move to the rural areas, you will see that the lower caste people or the SCs, they stay in the small houses in the corners of the villages, and their houses are the kacha houses. Most of these houses have electronic connections, that is about the Palampur. Electricity powers all the tube wells in the fields, is used in the various type of small business. It shows that if the electricity connection is high, it means that village is quite upgraded and it is quite advanced one. Palampur has 2 primary schools and 1 high school. There is a primary health center run by the government and 1 private dispensary where the people are sick and are treated. So the above description, what it shows that Palampur has fairly well developed system of roads, transport, electricity, irrigation facilities, and schools and health centers. So it's a picture of Palampur. People are moving through the road, mud houses and tongas, then tractors, then bullock carts. These are the means of transport. So in villages across India, farming is the main production activity. So in Palampur also it's no exception. Farming is the main production activity over here. The other production activities referred to as non-farm activities, which include small manufacturing, transport, then shopkeeping, etc. We shall take a look on all these activities and learn step by step what are their general activities that takes place in Palampur. Next, we are going to study about the organization of production. The aim of production is to produce the goods and services that we want. There are 4 requirements for production of goods and services. They are the land, labor, then physical capital and fixed capital and working capital. It's a picture from your book. Let us see how the organization of productions 1, 2, 3, 4 major: land, labor, physical capital and human capital. This physical capital is again subdivided into fixed capital and working capital. So let us study what is this. The first requirement is the land. First requirement is the land and other natural resources such as water, forest, minerals. The second requirement is the labor, that is people who will work for the work for the people, that is who will be the, it may be the skilled ones, they may be the unskilled ones also. Some production activities require highly educated workers to perform the necessary tasks. Each of the worker is providing the labor necessary for the production and instead they are given the wages. And next is the physical capital. The third requirement is the physical capital. That is the variety of inputs required at every stage during production. What are the items that come under the physical capital? It comes the tools, machines, okay, buildings. Tools, machine range from very simple tools such as farmer's plow to sophisticated machines also. And tools, machine, building can be used in production for over years and are also called as fixed capitals. Then we move to human capitals. That is a 4 requirement. You can also think it as a knowledge and enterprise to be able to put together land, labor, physical capital to produce an output, either to use yourself to sell in the market. In these days, it is called the human capital. We shall learn about the human capital in the next chapter. But till now, we should know only this. It is the knowledge and that technologies that is used in this human capital. So in physical capital, we are having fixed capital and working capital. So fixed capital we have discussed. Now working capital is production requires a variety of the raw materials such as yarn used by the weaver or clay used by the potter. So these are the raw materials which are used for the raw materials, and money in the hand are called the working capital. These are used by the industries as the basic things for their running the whole of their industries. So also some money is always required during the production to make payments and buy other necessary items. So let us see another picture and understand properly what are the organization of production. I just did working capital and human capital. Then working is again the fixed capital, includes the tools and machines. Human capital, this is the picture. Factors of production: land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. So we just discussed these factors. This land is required, how the skilled and unskilled laborers are required for the production purpose, and how capital, both fixed capital and working capital are required. An entrepreneur, that is the industry, that is the place for where the factors or production will be a proper use. So next is factors of production. Every production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital and human capital. These are known as the factors of production. While reading the story of Palampur, we will learn about the first three factors of production. Here I have given one structure. You see the factor of production and their reward. So how it is given? See, land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. Land takes the rent. For land, we are supposed to give the rent. For labor, we are supposed to give wage. For capital, we are supposed to give interest. And for entrepreneur, there is always a concept of profit. All these are paid economy or that capitals, but they have a different name in regard to the different forms of different factors of production. Land is for rent, then labor we are using the word wage, capital we are using interest, and we are using the word profit over here. So it's a clear picture, a beautiful picture to show how lands are used. If you don't have a proper land, barren land for making an industry, for growing up and farm, then there is sure if you have other factors. So without land, it is useless to have the thinking of building up and farm an industry or any of the industrial products. And labor, without the proper skilled and unskilled labor, there is no work. If you take the concept of agriculture or high scale, high technological industries also, it is one of the same thing. Then capital, without money, without proper working capital, without fixed capital, without human capital, you cannot build up a entrepreneur. And without the enterprise, these three concepts of factors of production are useless. So there should be a proper entrepreneur or enterprise to use this land, labor and capital in a proper manner. So this is all for today. Next video we are coming up in our next video, that will be farming in Palampur tomorrow. Okay, thank you.